Hey guys, so in this video we're going to learn how to create Instagram navigation. It's going to have the same couple tabs on the bottom, a home tab, a search tab, video tab, and also a profile tab. You can add more tabs if you want to. We're going to be able to switch through each tab with it highlighting the one we're at. Let's go ahead, jump right in, and get started. Alright, make sure you have everything up and running. Make sure you have created your React Native project and also you're connected to your Android device or web, whichever one you're using. Before we start though, please subscribe and like so I can keep making these videos. Thank you. Alright, let's keep going. So first thing we're going to do is actually create a new folder within our current project one. This is going to be for all the different screens that we're going to be using. So let's go ahead, do screens.js. Or actually we're just going to do screens by default for now. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a couple files in here. New file. We're going to call one home.js. Perfect. And we're going to make a couple different ones for each screen. We're also going to do videos.js. Let's do another one as well. This one here can be for profile.js. Then let's go ahead, do another one. This one here will be for search.js. Awesome. Make sure you have all those in there. Perfect. Now what we're going to be putting in these is simply enough just the app.js that we have. So I'm going to go ahead, Control A to highlight everything. I'm going to Control C to copy it now. I'm going to go into the home one first. I'm going to paste that what we got there. Perfect. I'm just only going to really change the text over here and just say this is the home page. Awesome. Just so we know which one we're at and that it's correct. Awesome. I'm going to highlight this one now and copy everything. Perfect. I'm going to go into the profile one, paste that there, and just change the home to profile. Awesome. Go ahead. Let's go to the next one now. Paste what we got. Again, I'm just going to change the home here to the one we're in, which is the search one. Awesome. Let's save this. Perfect. Don't forget to save in the other ones as well, or it's not going to have the changes. Let's do the last one now, which is the videos one. I'm going to paste this here. Change home to videos. Go ahead and save that. Awesome. All right, so far so good. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. So now we're going to be going ahead back to the app.js right over here. Perfect. I make sure you're in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and paste all the imports that we're going to need on top of this project to use tabs and all the other navigation. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy all of them here. They're also going to be in the comments of the video if you want to copy and paste them from there as well. I'm going to go ahead, paste them here. We're just going to be using three. We're going to be using npm install at react navigation / native and then at react navigation / native stack. We're also going to be going ahead and using the at react navigation / bottom tabs and then also the npm I react native ionicons for the icons of the button navigation. Awesome. So go ahead and make sure you have these in there. I'm going to do mine real quick. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my project. Control C. I'm going to go ahead and just copy the first line here. Paste it in. Let that load. Might take a second or two. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do the second one now. Copy that. Paste it in. There we go. Let's go ahead and do the next one. Copy that. Paste it in. Awesome. All right, perfect. Now that we have each of those downloaded, I'm going to keep them here just for future notes. Now we're going to need to go ahead and add all of our imports. So at the top of app.js, we're going to go ahead. And the first one we're going to do is actually going to import all of our screens. So let's go ahead and do an import. And then we're going to do the home one first. So we'll go ahead, do home. And then we're going to go ahead, do from. And then give it some quotes. And we're going to do a // and then do screens. And then go ahead, do another / and do home. Awesome. All right, make sure you have that there. Let's go ahead now and just copy this whole line. Paste it underneath. Gonna change home to profile. And then of course the last part here, / and then make sure you select the profile one. And we're gonna do that for each one now. Let's go ahead and do the one under that. This one here can be for search. Go ahead, \search. And then go ahead and do it again. Import. And the last one was videos. If I can find it. Videos from .\screens, and then of course the videos one. Awesome. All right, make sure you got those in there. Perfect. That's going to be for each screen. Now we're also going to need one for the icons that we're going to be using. I'm using a specific set of icons, so I'm going to go ahead and just make a little bit of space so you can see it. We're going to go ahead and do import and then give it some curly brackets because we're going to be adding multiple things from this. It's going to be int and then design. There we go. That's going to be the first one. We're also going to do ionicons. So ionicons, make sure it's capital I though, even though it comes up, make sure you're using the capital one or it's not going to work. So ionicons, and then comma. I have another one over here. I'm just going to bring it over. I think it's material icons also. These are just different ones from the ionicons. If you look up ionicons on your web browser, you can see a bunch of different ones that you can use as well. I'm going to be using one more. That's another cool little one that we're going to be using. That one as well. Awesome. Make sure you have those in there. And simply enough, these are just going to be from that I think it's at expo. Should be expo / vector icons. Perfect. Awesome. Make sure you have those in there. End it with a semicolon. I'm going to put semicolons at the end of all these as well. Awesome. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do some more imports. I'm going to add a space below that. We're also going to go ahead and do an import for some of the navigation tools we're going to be using. This one's going to be the create bottom tab navigator. There we go. Make sure you have that one. It should auto-populate because we already downloaded the package. Awesome. We're also going to go ahead and do another import, another curly brackets. We're going to be using the navigation container. So make sure you have that. Should be automatically up if you have it downloaded. Perfect. Awesome. Perfect. So far, so good. All right, make sure you have that as well. And the last thing we're going to do, this is just for when we have tabs, we have to go ahead and specify it. So we're going to create a constant. We're going to go ahead, call it capital T tab, equal it to the create bottom tab navigator, give it some empty parentheses and a semicolon. Awesome. Go ahead and save that. Make sure you have all that down. So far, so good. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. So now what we're going to be doing is going into the return itself right down here. We already have a view, status bar, all this stuff, but I'm actually going to get rid of all that because we're going to be adding some new stuff. All right, first thing we're going to add is that navigation container, which should be right about here. Let's go ahead, close that, open it up. Awesome. So we can leave that by itself, but then we're going to add another one, which is for the tab, capital T. We're going to do a tab dot navigator. Awesome. And we're going to go ahead and close that out, open it up. Perfect, just like that. Now we're going to style this a little bit, so let's go ahead and open it up in the opening tab of it. We're going to do screen options. Should be right over here. Inside of there, simply enough, we are going to go ahead, give it another set of curly brackets. We're going to do tab bar activity, I think is that what it's called. So be tab bar, wherever that is, bar active tint color. Yes, because we want to go, of course, set the color of something when it's clicked on. So let's go ahead and we're going to set that to just blue. You can make it whatever you want, but I think this looks nice. Awesome. All right, that's going to be it for that part. Now we're going to add the actual tabs itself. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to open up a bracket, capital T tab dot, and it should be dot screen, capital S. Awesome, just like that. All right, go ahead and close it, open it up. Now before we do that, let's go ahead and add some things in the opening part right here. We're going to go ahead and simply enough add a name first for the first one. I'm going to make this one home, capital H. Awesome. Then we're going to also go ahead and give it the component. This is actually what's making it go to a specific spot. And of course, we want to pass in the home one. And all that is doing is it's grabbing the home that we specified up here where it's located. Awesome. All right. But of course, we need to add a little bit more than that. Specifically, if we want to style it at all or add our own little icons to it. To do that, we're going to go ahead and use options. And we're going to go ahead and set a couple things to options, but we're going to add another set of curly brackets. Inside of there, I'm going to open it up just like that so we have a little bit more space. I'm going to go ahead and give it a tab bar label. And because we're just going to be using an icon, I'm not going to give it an actual label, so I'm going to keep it blank with just empty quotes. If you want to put a name underneath it, you can totally do that. That's completely up to you. Awesome. All right, the next one we're going to go ahead and do a tab bar icon now. So tab bar icon, perfect. Go ahead, give it colon, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to be passing in a function. So we're going to give it some regular parentheses. Inside those parentheses, we're going to pass in color because that's what we're going to be passing in to change when it is selected. So we're going to do color just like that. Awesome. Then we're going to go ahead, give it an arrow. So equals, less than, open it up. Perfect. Just like that. Awesome. So actually, you know what? I don't think we're just going to be using parentheses. We're not going to be using curly brackets for that. So go ahead and get rid of those. I'm going to backspace a couple times. I'm going to go ahead, open that up. I'm going to, though, put a comma at the end of it right there. Awesome. So inside of here, we're going to set a couple things. I'm going to go ahead and just space it up a little bit. All right, inside of here, we're actually going to be passing in our actual icon itself. So I'm going to be using the material icons. That's going to be the one for the home icon. I'm going to go ahead and do a /close to close that out. You can look up the material icons from the Ionicons website, but I remember what it is. It's just name. And we're going to go ahead and set the name to home because that's the one we want to use. We're also going to go ahead and give it a size. And I'm going to give it a size of 40 because I think that looks pretty good for the phone we're using. I'm going to give it a color. And of course, if you remember, we're passing in the color. So just like that. Awesome. All right, so far so good. You've made your first tab. Now let's go ahead and copy that entire tab we have right here all the way from the closing. And actually, we don't even need this one here. We can just put a closing slash next to it, which will make it a little smaller and a little more efficient. So just add that slash right there, and there you go. Awesome. So make sure you got that down. And simply enough, what we could do is we can actually just copy the whole thing. So Control-C on it. We're going to paste it below and then put in the information for the next one we need. So we have the home one, of course. So now we're going to do the next one. This one's going to be for the search. So I'm going to add the name. First thing is search. We're also going to add the component, which is the search component. It should pop up. Make sure it's capital S. There we go. Awesome. Keep the tab bar label closed. Keep the color and everything in there. We are, though, going to go ahead and change the actual icon itself. For this one, I'm going to be using the Ionicons one. There we go. And the name for this one, I think, is search sharp. So let's go ahead and do search. We might have to change this if it's wrong. Search -sharp. Awesome. And we can keep everything else the same. Perfect. So that should be it for the tab screen one. Let's copy everything we have there. Control-C. Awesome. Let's go ahead and paste it below now. Awesome. So now this one here is going to be for the videos. Let's go ahead and do that one. So of course the name, we're going to change to capital V, videos. Oops. Looks like I'm clicking the wrong area. Control-Z that. All right, we have it here. Awesome. Double click it. Videos. And then of course change the component to the videos one. Perfect. Awesome. And then we are also going to go ahead and change the actual tag itself. Instead of Ionicons, I'm going to use the end typo one. There we go. And if I remember, I think the name is just video. So let's go ahead and put that there though. Video. Awesome. We can leave everything else the same. Perfect. And looking good. Now let's copy the whole thing again and do the last one. Copy it. Let's go ahead, paste it below. And simply enough, we're going to do this one as the profile one. So let's go ahead and do profile. Change the component to profile. Awesome. All right, and let's go ahead and change the actual image itself. And this one is the anti-design. So let's go ahead. There we go. And let's change the name because I think this one is just called user. Let's do user. Awesome. And I think that should be it. Awesome. Let's save that. So make sure you have everything down. Make sure you have the one here for profile. Make sure you have the one here for video. And also the search one here. And also the home one here. Awesome. All right. So far, so good. All right, let's go ahead and test it out. Make sure you do npx expose start, and it should be ready and pulled up. I'm going to go ahead and open up my emulator that I've been running it on. And as you can see, everything looks pretty good to me. As you can tell, we already start on the home one here. If we go ahead and select the next one, it's going to highlight the image and then also show us that we are on the search page. Same thing for video and same thing for user. Awesome. Congratulations if you made it this far. Again, please like this and subscribe if you want more videos like this. I will see you next time. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video and serious about becoming a developer, you should totally consider joining Red Fool's Academy. Once you sign up, you will get full access to all of our premium courses, support from myself and the Red Fool Studio team. Our courses include full stack website development, app development, game development, and many more to come. On your first sign up, you get a free 7 days to try it all out. A link will be added to the description, or you can go to the official website at redfoolstudio.com. See you in the lectures!